All right, we're back. We're playing Sporcle. I warmed up with a little bit of movie trivia today, so I thought, what would be an interesting thing to bust your mind wide open? What if we did this? We got 7 minutes. Can you name the highest grossing movie U.S. domestic that fulfills the following criteria? The highest grossing movie that is rated R of all time. That is a tough one, man. Let's start with highest grossing Pixar movie. This is okay, let's narrow this. Highest grossing movie directed by Quentin Tarantino. I believe that it would be either Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or Inglourious Bastards. I'm going to say it's Inglourious Bastards. I'm going to say it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm going to say it's Django Unchained. Okay. The highest grossing movie that stars Will Smith. I'm going to say it's Men in Black 2. I'm going to say Men in Black. Suicide Squad. Hancock. It's like a PG... Hitch? A PG-13 movie starring Will Smith. The Legend of Bagger Vance. Highest grossing James Bond film. For me, that has to be Skyfall. Highest grossing documentary feature. Fahrenheit 9/11. Highest grossing film that starts with the letter Z. Zootopia? That was not as hard as I thought it would be. Highest grossing film that has won Best Picture at the Oscars. Titanic. Okay. Highest grossing picture that casted Meryl Streep. Could it be The Devil Wears Prada? No. Could it be Kramer versus Kramer? No. Could it be... Did she play like Sinestro in a Marvel movie? Highest grossing movie directed by a European director? What about Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban? Well, James Cameron is foreign if you're American, so I'm going to say Avatar. Highest grossing movie that's a Pixar movie. I feel like it could be like WALL-E or Cars. Cars is a kid-centric film, or Finding Nemo, or possibly people got suckered into Finding Dory, or The Incredibles 2 maybe? Okay. Okay. Because the thing is, The Incredibles obviously a better movie, but The Incredibles 2, people are seeing that because they love The Incredibles. And then being like, there's no way I'm going to see Incredibles 3. Plus, there's more people on Earth now than there were in 2004. So we have like, and inflation, true, and inflation. I feel like the Will Smith one shouldn't be that hard. I mean, it's not Wild Wild West. But could it be Men in Black 3? That seems unlikely to me. And it's not going to be like I Am Legend, because I think it's rated R. I'm going to be honest, like shorter than 90 minutes, I got no shot. Highest grossing movie that has a Rotten Tomatoes score less than 60. I mean, there's a lot of like bad movies that made a lot of money. It's tempting to think that this could be something like The Eternals, or something like well, wait a minute. What? Maybe rated R? Is Batman versus Superman rated R? It's not. Rated R has got to be Deadpool. You're so right. Or Deadpool 2. I thought for sure that would be it. Joker? Apparently not Joker. Logan? Okay, Will Smith. We should be able to get a highest grossing movie starring Will Smith. Is it Bad Boys 2? Is it Bad Boys for Life because nothing else was in theaters? I can't believe it's not Hitch or Hancock or Men in Black or Men in Black 2. That seems crazy to me. Is it Independence Day? Is it After Earth? Aladdin! Oh, is that even how you spell it? There, it is Aladdin. That's a trick question. Listen, I've seen all of the, I've seen most of the live-action Disney remakes against my will. I hate to tell you this, Aladdin is probably the best of them all. Aladdin is watchable. Not good, but watchable. The Lion King is kind of like an insult. Beauty and the Beast, just boring. I haven't seen The Jungle Book. I heard that's actually the best one, but I haven't seen Mulan either. Okay, I've seen 3 of the 5. Casted Meryl Streep. I almost feel like European director could be like Roland Emmerich. Like it could be like The Day After. No, that's fucking stupid. Are you crazy? That's madness. Meryl Streep shouldn't be that hard. I'm a little surprised it's not The Devil Wears Prada. Could it be The Post? I mean, she's had a long career. Was she in Rosemary's Baby? Was she in Sophie's Choice? Are you in Rosemary's Baby? Are you in Moonstruck? Wonderful Night for a Moonstruck? You're in Adaptation, of course. Highest grossing movie with a Rotten Tomatoes score less than 60. I'm giving up. My brain is twisting over and over. Okay, highest grossing movie rated R, Passion of the Christ. Highest grossing movie that debuted at number 2, Inside Out. Never would have gotten it in my life. Oh, Christopher Nolan, man! I thought Christopher Nolan was Australian. Okay, Meryl Streep in Mary Poppins Returns. That's like the ultimate trick question. Lion King 1994 is shorter than 90 minutes. Lion King 2019 has a Rotten Tomatoes score less than 60. We were literally just talking about it. That hurts. I feel like, what's the average? 34? That's just a hard quiz. I guess I did steal Aladdin as an answer. It's just a tough one. It's a well-designed quiz. I'll give us some credit. How about this one? Guess the tomato meter. Can you guess the tomato meters of these popular movies within 10%? Bat chest. Okay. The Godfather, there's no way it's not at 90 to 100. Brave, I'm going to say it's 60 to 70. It is 78. Twilight, I'm going to say it's in the 20 to 30 range. Put me at 25. Hunger Games 1, I'm going to say it's in the 65 to 85 range. Put me on 75. Whoo. The Fast and the Furious. This would be the first one. I'm going to say that it's in the 50s, which means I want to be on 55. 50 Shades of Grey, I'm going to say that this is in the 20s. Put me on 25. Wet Hot American Summer, it's a contentious cult comedy. I'm going to say that this probably polled in the 40s to the 60s. I'm going to say 50. It's only 31. Wow, that is a surprise to me. The Notebook, I'm going to say that is going to be somewhere between 60 and 80, so put me on 70. It's actually 52. Now, that is a surprise. The Purge, I'm going to guess that that's in the 20s. Put me on 25. It's 38. This is impossible. Little Fockers, I'm going to guess that that's under 20, so put me on 10. Okay. Forrest Gump, I think is one of the most offensive movies ever made, that they expect the audience to suspend their disbelief to the extent that Forrest Gump could actually play a role in all these historic events. I think it's going to be, that being said, I think it's going to be higher than I expect, and I think it's going to be lower than you expect. Because you're going to be like, this is an American classic. I bet it's at like 99. I'm going to be like, critics are smug and see through that Robert Zemeckis nonsense. So I'm going to say that it's going to be in the low 80s. I'm going to put myself at a 78. Ah! Your mother. Unbroken. I don't even know what Unbroken is, to be honest. Having never heard of it, why don't you place me at an even 50? The Last Airbender, I'm going to say that's at like a 3. So why don't you put me at like why don't you put me at a 10 just in case? Okay. Legally Blonde, I bet this polls somewhere between 55 and 65. Put me on 55. 68. 300, that's going to be right on the fresh fresh to rotten timeline. I'm going to say put me on 60. Knocked Up, perhaps Judd Apatow's most likable work. This is going to be in the 85 to 95 range. A Beautiful Mind, great, a well put together film without a doubt. It's going to be 80 plus. So let's go. I'm going to put myself at 85. Ooh, barely on the border. Kramer versus Kramer, no doubt this is going to be 85 plus. Fantastic Four, assuming this is the 2016 one, I gotta say that this is probably going to be in the 10s. That's pretty low. I'm going to say it's in the high 20s. Put me on like 30. Okay? And Insidious, horror movies tend to run the gamut. You got Hereditary probably up at, oh, you can't even see it. Sorry. You got Hereditary up at like the 90s probably. Then you got Schlock down in like the single digits. Insidious is an above average horror movie from everything I understand. I'm going to say that probably puts it somewhere in the 55 range. It's the devil's number 66. That was pretty good though. Dude, I love guessing the tomato meter. That's not the devil's number, unless you really hate Mario Lemieux. Can you complete the... wait, can you pick the movies based on their tomato meter score on RottenTomatoes.com? That's Caddyshack. Okay, so this is Caddyshack. I'm going to say Caddyshack is in the mid-70s, 73, 76. Caddyshack. Oh, I'm kind of crazy with it. Well, what's next? Oh, that's just the picture. Okay. This is not workable, man. I'm going to say that Toy Story 3 is at 100%. I'm going to say Toy Story 3 is at 99%. This quiz is a little psycho UI. I think I got to take it back a little bit. Who made this? How about higher or lower? No? Okay, hold on. Increasingly rotten Disney movies. Marvel Cinematic movies based on their tomato meter. Tomato meter MCU ranking. Is it Two Bat Chest? There's only 22 of these. When was this quiz made? Let him cook. Hold up. Let him cook. So true. Okay. The highest grossing, or the highest tomato meter movie in the MCU is Iron Man 1. Is Black Panther. Number 2 is Iron Man. This is impossible. Can I take me previous? Yeah, put me on 22. Thor 2. The Incredible Hulk. I mean, this is 22 is like pre the Eternals. Maybe it's Ant-Man 2 and the Wasp. Maybe it's... This shit is impossible. I give up. Could be Black Widow. Black Widow. Black Widow should not be in the 60s. It should be in like the 20s. My personal opinion. I'm out. Quiz is wrong. I don't know about that. Let's read the comments. Maybe the quiz is wrong. Hey, love the idea, but you have Doctor Strange above Captain America. What are you thinking? Username Spider Parker. I think they might have misunderstood the actual the quiz. Can you choose the movie that has a better tomato score on Rotten Tomatoes? I'm calling it. I think we get 23 here. Boogie Nights versus Saturday Night Fever. We go Boogie Nights. Creed versus Rocky. Rocky won. Ooh, okay, that's going to be tight though. Fargo versus No Country. They're both amazing. I prefer I prefer Fargo, but I bet it's No Country. Okay, never mind. I'm predicting we're going to get 3. We're going to get 3 right. The Poseidon Adventure versus Titanic. We go Titanic. Clue versus Clueless. We go Clueless. The chat's not going to like that one, but Clueless is a bit of a classic in and of itself. Batman versus Superman. I bet Superman, they're both pretty good, right? But Superman 1, I think, is perhaps slightly better regarded. Dirty Dancing, probably better than Footloose. Grand Budapest Hotel versus Hotel Rwanda. I'm going Wes Anderson's most beloved film. Iron Giant versus Iron Man. Iron Giant takes it by a little bit. Moonlight versus Spotlight. Let me get Moonlight. Hoop Dreams versus Hoosiers. Let me get Hoop Dreams. Corpse Bride versus Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm going Corpse Bride. I went against my instincts on that one. Totoro versus Spirited Away. I mean, Spirited Away, you can't compete. It's one of the best movies ever made. Ace Ventura 1 versus Austin Powers. Here's the thing. You're going to be like, this is impossible. No, it's easy. Ace Ventura Pet Detective 1 is not critically well-liked. Austin Powers 1 is well-liked. It's well-liked by critics. It's a good spoof. Then it gets high on its own supply in the sequels. The Princess Bride versus The Princess Diaries. It's got to be Princess Bride. Cat in the Hat versus The Grinch. Cat in the Hat's considered one of the worst movies ever made. The Grinch is merely kind of bad. The Mask versus Mask. It's got to be The Mask. This is the only... Come on, somebody had to stop him. Donnie Brasco versus Donnie Darko. I think people like Donnie Brasco. Donnie Darko, I like Donnie Darko. Alien versus Predator versus Freddy versus Jason. This is too many verses. You're one very groovy baby. I bet it's AVP. Lincoln versus Nixon. See, this I don't know. Lincoln versus Frost Nixon. I would take Frost Nixon. Lincoln versus Nixon. I take Lincoln. Especially if we're talking about who was a better president. Ed Wood versus Edward Scissorhands. It's Ed Wood. Crazy Stupid Love beats Eat, Pray, Love any day of the week. Wonder Boys versus Wonder Woman. Wonder Boys. Tobey Maguire. Michael Douglas. It's a well-liked movie. Wonder Woman was also a broad cross-demographic hit. I'm going Wonder Woman. Chicago versus Philadelphia. I mean, this shit won Best Picture, but this may have also won Best Picture. I bet it's Philadelphia. Okay, all right. Wrong. Ant-Man versus Spider-Man. It's Spider-Man any day of the week. Dark Knight is going to crush The Dark Knight Rises. The Pianist versus The Piano. They're both well-regarded movies, for sure. I bet The Pianist is more well-regarded. Halloween versus Scream. We're going Halloween. Bad Boys versus Mean Girls. We're going Mean Girls 1, no doubt. The Matrix versus Men in Black. That's mighty tough, dude, because... Here's the thing. I like The Matrix more. They're both great movies. I like The Matrix more. Men in Black is perhaps a more likable movie. But I'm going Matrix. And what did I tell you? What did I call? What did I call you? I said 23. We beat it by 1. I think then I said I was going to get 3. That was after I got the first 10 questions wrong. No, I'm not going to do Dan Giesling Pokemon names generated by AI, okay? I'm not trying to be a hater, but I'm just like, I'm so over AI-generated content right now. It's I don't want to go off on a rant here, but does anyone else think that AI generated content is to Q4 as people posting their Wordle streaks was to Q1? I'm over it, man. I'm going to try to find Guess That Game. Find that number one result. Find that country, hot or cold. Guess, is it called Guess the Video Game? Oh, it's a website. It's a different website. How did you not figure that out? Guess That Game. Your daily video game guessing puzzle. Okay. We'll give it a shot. Guess That Game. Probably want to zoom in a little bit, huh? This is Eco. Full space. What? What the hell? Excuse me? This is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. Why are all the results like shit nobody's ever heard of? This is Brothers, A Tale of Two Sons. I submit. Wrong. This is Skyrim. That's not Skyrim. This is The Witcher 2. Assassins of Kings. This is Red Dead Redemption 1. This is Dark Souls. Give my ass kicked. This is it's a Ubisoft game with guns. Tomb Raider. The Rise of the Tomb Raider. Oh! Yo! I think I played that game through in its entirety. I definitely beat Tomb Raider 2014. I think I beat Rise of the Tomb Raider too. I'd like to replay the previous days here, please. Okay, play day number 1. How many days have you done? Well, we could give it a try. This would be Mass Effect. I'm going to say this looks like Mass Effect 1. Okay, I'm going to say this is Mass Effect 2. Okay, I'm going to say this is Mass Effect 3. We got it. This is The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. I know this because this is the exact temple I quit on. Is this not Jabu Jabu's belly? This water haunts me to this day. It's not a temple. Oh, sorry, dungeon. It's a dungeon. I go into the dungeon and then I'm like, pick up Princess Zoba, hold her over your head, and she's like, hey, push this button to lower the water and then keep the water level in your head when you walk into the next room. No thanks. I'll go back to All-Star Baseball 2009. It's in the town just outside Jabu Jabu's belly. I mean 1999. Sorry, my mistake. Put me on day 3. Okay, I'll be honest with you. Let me zoom in a little bit. This to me looks like the Outer Wilds. It's the easiest guess of my life. Maybe we go work backwards. What are we on? Day maybe 212 here? I've seen these trees before. I don't know what this is, but I've seen these before. This pseudo 3D, 2D, 3D background. I'm skipping number 1. Number 2, this is a game on the Nintendo 64. This is Yoshi's World. Yoshi's Island. This is Yoshi's Cookie. Yoshi's Story. This is Yoshi's Story. Wrong. This is Pilot Wings. 64. This is a rare game. This is Conker's Bad Fur Day. This is on the Sony PlayStation. This is a Harvest Moon. of some sort. I'm going to say it's Harvest Moon, More Friends of Mineral Town. This is Dark Cloud 1. 1999? No. It's not Dark Cloud 1. Did the PS2 look this ass? Is this Dark Cloud? Are you Dark Cloud? No, the answer was Ape Escape. Oh, man. That's so funny. I've been cyberbullied to play Ape Escape for, I don't know, 7 or 8 years now. Let's play day 211. I'll be honest with you, brother. I got absolutely no idea whatsoever. I'm going to say this is Valkyrie Profile Covenant of the Plume. Metacritic score of 79. This is Catherine. Okay, this is actually really easy. The second screenshot was insanely simple. Give me 210. This is not possible, but imagine if we got it. I'm going to say that this is Mario. This is Pokemon Stadium. I see stadium lights. Wrong. This is Journey. Wrong. Huh? I skip. Oh, it's Ultimate Chicken Horse! All right, fair enough. All right, I can get that. We got success on it. Give me 209. This looks like Super Brothers Sword and Sorcery EP. This looks like I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. This is Phantasmagoria. I don't know what this is. I skip. It's Quake 1. This is Doom 2. What am I looking at here? This shit is disgusting, man. This is Doom? Okay, the answer was Doom. No wonder my mom didn't want me playing this shit when I was a kid. Look at it, it's gross, dude. These are just blinds. This is Heavy Rain. This is Phantasmagoria. This is Night Trap. This is Phantasmagoria. This is Night Trap. Open Eye. This is Hypnospace Outlaw. That's a great game. That was Germa? Was it? He's everywhere these days. This looks so familiar to me. It's got Super Nintendo style chunky pixels. I'm gonna say this is Golden Sun. This is Gungeon. It's Gungeon! It's entered. No wonder it looked familiar. It's entered the Gungeon. Okay, replay previous days. This looks like your radar in Harvest Bio. This looks like your radar in Bio Harvest. This looks like your radar in StarCraft. This looks like your radar in GoldenEye 64. Nope. This is Little Inferno. This is Jackbox. This is World of Goo. It is World of Goo. I'm crazy, dude. People don't talk that much about World of Goo anymore. I mean, guessing the game, it's just a little too simple. This is like, I mean, come on. It's Darkest Dungeon. There's no better endorsement of a game's art style than guessing exactly what game something is from an out-of-context screenshot like that. I skip. I skip. I skip. I skip. It's The Sims 3. It's The Sims 4. I'm crazy. This is on the PlayStation 2. This is what my world looked like in 2003. This is a this is Twilight Princess. I know that was a bit of a pivot for us. Okay, it's not Twilight Princess. Never mind. It just had the kind of Twilight Princess textures, man. This is Shinobi 3. Shinobi. Originally on the PlayStation 3, this is Killzone. This shit is Resistance 2. This is Killzone 2. Yeah, I knew it. I knew it. When you've been in the industry this long, I mean, it's just, it's simple. This is Borderlands, dude. It's probably like a little Borderlands 2. It's a little Borderlands. They make too many sequels in games, man. Oh, come on. Borderlands. 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 I remember my friend telling me when he saw Borderlands got announced, he was like, dude, it's like Diablo meets GoldenEye. Like, it's going to be the best game of all time. Little did we know that he was right. I will say, though, he might be a Rick and Morty watcher, which means, he could still be riding the Borderlands for all I know. With no disrespect. This is, okay, this is beneath me, okay? This is Hades, obviously. Take me back to Sporcle. This is getting a little, like, I had a good time. It was a nice diversion. It's kind of insulting my intelligence now. You should play Hades. I played Hades when it came out in early access on the Epic Games Store, and you were still in middle school, okay? Don't condescend to me about Hades. What about Framed? Framed is the daily movie guessing game. Okay, you know what? I'm looking at this. I'm zooming in. I know this movie. Don't worry about the ad, okay? Is this not like... Is this not a Scream or Scary Movie? Scary Movie's not in it. Are you Scream? Nope. That's Rob Riggle. Maybe I don't know this movie. I pass. Oh no, it's Dumb and Dumber 2. Of course. I have seen it, unfortunately. I did get it. Please click the ad. I'm not clicking the ads. Try next. I don't even know how the ads are getting through. You're telling me that they weren't listening to my ads or to my conversation at the start of this, by the way? Acrobat Pro DC makes signing easy for your clients. I was complaining about how I had to go to America to get a document notarized. You spying on me, you little shit? Try episode. Try weekly TV show. Try... Can you guess a movie from only a 1-second clip? Hold on. Framed? Calendar? Let's put me on a random one. You're going to think this is crazy? I've seen this one. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not that good with the movie stills. Because people who love movies will bring up like a movie from like the 1970s. I haven't seen that shit, okay? I've only seen movies from the 1990s post. You haven't seen Holy Mountain? That's it. Every single one of these, in my opinion, starts and it's like, can you guess the movie? And the first frame is like Jurassic Park, and you're like, nailed it. And then the second day, they're like, it's Forrest Gump sitting on a bench, and you're like, that's Forrest Gump. And then the third day, they're like, it's I don't even know, it's just a piece of like a leaf floating in the air, and you're like, I don't know what that is because I already said Forrest Gump. And then you're like, oh, you haven't seen the Umbrellas of Schoenberg? Like they start getting into the Criterion Collection like immediately. It's so annoying. Okay, let's see what's trending today. How about finish the historical event, too? Can you choose the image? No, this is too simple. And I saw a picture of Peter Griffin. I'm sorry, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. How about this? 9 in time, The Office characters. I'm joking, I'm joking. Lazy cats on a table, AI generated art, quick pick click Seinfeld, T historical figures by image, 1980s top 40 songs with boys' names in them. We've gone too far. I've scrolled too deep. Okay, you know, I said I was sick of the AI-generated images. Wait, we did this one! This is AI-generated reality shows. We did Survivor. Swedish politics. Slightly wrong statements. I can't do it. Okay, hold on. We're going to get there. Sometimes in Sporcle, you just got to dig for it. You know what was a good one? Was when we just had to be, like, close enough. Searching for close enough. Just get close. Half the episode's going to be a black screen. As always, 20% of chat not concerned with what they're watching, concerned with what they could be watching. The black screen could be anything. He could start his Disco Elysium playthrough for sure. They were called Just Be Close. Okay, Just Be Close. Wow, we did a lot of these. I did a ton. Just Be Close Miscellaneous Edition. Thank you, by the way. Let me crank this up a little bit. There we go. Am I too zoomed in? Interstate number that runs... How close do I have to get? Within 10. Interstate number that runs from Seattle through Boston. Listen, I know north to south is the I-5. But east to west, I have no idea. I'm going to say it's Highway 36 revisited. The answer was 90. Number of companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, I think it's 30. I'm actually... Don't fuck with me when it comes to a U.S. stock market question, okay? 500? You're thinking of the S&P 500, bro. It's right there in the name. You think I don't know the Dow Jones Industrial Average capacity? Number of pints of blood in the average human being. I think there's 8 liters, which is 16 pints. Never mind. There's 8 pints. Jersey number of Larry Bird, Patrick Waugh, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, man, I knew Patrick Waugh's jersey number at some point. I want to say it's 36. Okay, 33. That it unlocks something in my brain. Current number of spaces on the Wheel of Fortune wheel. Let's say that it's... This is 35. 20. Oh, if I just said 34, we would have been in there. Waistline of the Statue of Liberty in feet. I would never speculate on a lady's width, okay? That being said, I would have to say the circumference of her waist. 15 feet. Oh, well, at least it was complimentary. Digit placed at a 0 is first encountered in pi. 3.14159. 15th? 32nd? Number of Fanta flavors available in the U.S. 9. I mean 10. Okay. Times Sporcle appeared as an answer in the New York Times Sunday crossword. I'm going to say it's somewhere between, because it's got to be 01 to 99. I'm going to say 10 because it's probably 1. That's just covering my bases. Number of wedding cakes Prince Charles and Lady Diana received from generous well-wishers. 53. Number of astronauts who have walked on the moon. It's more than 3. I'm going to say it's close to 20. Percentage of U.S. inmates that are female. 21. Oh, that's savage, man. Miles from the original location of Woodstock, New York, that the 1969 concert was actually played at. 17 miles at it. Okay. Shocked emoji face. Letters in the full version of the Hungarian alphabet, 30. Number of modern constellations according to the International Astronomical Union. Hey, any members of the International Astronomical Union here? No? That's because I don't think it exists. You're gazing at the wrong kind of stars for 2020's culture. I'm going to say that there's 31. Total films actress Greta Garbo appeared in. 50. Even. I'm getting my ass beat. Ranking of the name Michael for U.S. males according to the 2017 Social Security report. There's no doubt it's in the top 10. So let me just say 10. It's 12th? What's beating Michael for male names in America? Scott? No shot. John, I could see. I don't think Ryan's doing it. Matthew might do it. David, I could see David doing it. Elon, okay. Number of Ford motor vehicles, models currently manufactured in the U.S. and Europe. Look, they got like 4 trucks and a few vans and a lot of sedans, a couple of sports cars. Let's call this 23. Acceptance rate of applicants at Harvard, I'm going to say that's like 6, so I'm just going to say 15. Oh! You can't see, but I nailed it. People that served as Chief Justice of the United States since the Supreme Court was established in 1789. They get appointed when they're old. I see we're low on time. It's been 240 years. They probably serve I'm going to say 12. 17. Okay. We beat the average, but we had a pretty nasty streak there. 50 versus 45. How about just be close? Language and words. Consonants in French or German alphabet, 20. Value of German number, 76. 69. Number of letters in the longest officially recognized place name in an English-speaking country, 17. 58! Number of times the letter E appears anywhere in the text of the 50,000-word novel Gatsby. Maybe a 0. Maybe that's the meme. Words spoken by the Terminator in his own voice in the 1984 movie of the same name. Come with me if you want to live. He's a cop, you idiot. It's not a tumor. And I say he speaks 70 words in the whole movie. 58. Number of U.S. top 1,000 baby names of 2017 that were also a letter in the NATO phonetic alphabet. What? So like Charlie, Foxtrot. I'm going to say that it's under 10. It's 8. Only number to be alphabetically in order by individual letters. I can do this. LMNOP QR. Okay, it's not 4. It's not 5. It's not 6. It's not 7. It could be 8. 8 feels right. 40? What? E comes before I. Oh, G and H come before I too. Fuck. Number of different words used in Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham. Okay. Sam. Sam I am. I am Sam. Would you like green eggs and ham? I would not like green eggs and ham. I know now, listen, Sam. I would not eat them in a train. I would not eat them in the rain. I will not eat them in a car. I will not eat them in a bar. I will not eat them with a goat. I will not eat them in a boat. I do not like them, Sam. If I tried them, Sam, I am. I'm going to say is in the 90s, honestly. 50? Letters in the Greek alphabet? 15. Number of letters in the longest word in the English language. ANTISM. 28. Fuck you. Number of countries with a legal recognition of sign language. 22. Letters of the Khmer alphabet of Cambodia. 38. Number of official languages in India. 11. Total number of letters not appearing anywhere on the symbols of the periodic table. 5. First natural number to contain a letter Y. 20. 20. Number of prepositions in the top 100 most common used English words. 28. Okay, these quizzes are hard. They are good, though. They are good. Just be close. What age did I reach? Teddy Roosevelt. Be within 10 years of their death. Teddy Roosevelt probably died in his mid-70s. Nelson Mandela must have been in his late 70s. 95? Mary Curie was probably in her 30s. John D. Rockefeller, 70s. Queen Elizabeth I in her 50s. Martin Luther King Jr. in his 40s. Prince Philip in his late 90s. Excuse me, I didn't type 10. I was trying to type 100, but then I realized it only goes to 99, so I should have just typed 99. So I thought that Prince Philip lived until he was fucking 10 years old. There's the photo of him driving the car when he's like already, no disrespect, but like half dead. His eyes are like completely bloodshot and he looks scared. Pope John Paul II, he must have been in his early 80s. I hate to say this. I don't know who this is. I'm ignorant, obviously. I'm going to say 35, okay? Indira Gandhi, 45. Peter the Great, 57. George Washington, bet he was late 70s. Margaret Thatcher, mid-80s. Charles Dickens, early 60s. John F. Kennedy, late 40s. Billy Graham, late 60s. Queen Victoria, mid-80s. Alexander Graham Bell, early 80s. Lou Gehrig, late 40s. Jane Austen, mid-50s. Wow, I got destroyed. We can't see. That's true. That's pretty true. Just be close. What age did I reach? Celebrity edition. Now we're talking. James Dean, 28. John Wayne, 65. Excuse me, I have to be within 5 years. Heath Ledger, 35. What? 35? 34? 33? I'll take that, I guess. Bruce Lee, 38. Judy Garland, 58. Philip Seymour Hoffman, 51. John Belushi, 34. Charlie Chaplin, 40. Ah! Natalie Wood, 29. Marilyn Monroe, 42. Chadwick Boseman, 44. Paul Newman. Imagine being alive and like getting a time machine and watching me do this quiz and just dispassionately being like 12, 17, 28. You would probably like come to my house and beat the shit out of me, right? I'm sorry. It's just I'm Sporcle moded. I'm not saying these are not tragedies. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to. It's trivia now. When you're alive, you're living, and then when you're dead, you're trivia. It'll happen to me too. The only thing is, they're not going to put me in a Sporcle quiz because, like, 0.5% of the population even knows who I am. Paul Newman must have been like 80. Audrey Hepburn, she's in her 60s. Paul Walker, late 30s. Alan Rickman, late 50s. Carrie Fisher, mid 60s. Robin Williams, same. Steve McQueen, 61. That's been happening a lot lately. Betty Davis, 40. I don't know who you are. Gene Autry, 67. I beat the average, though. Would just be close. What age did I reach? U.S. President. Teddy Roosevelt, 60. John Adams, 70. Franklin Roosevelt, 74. Ronald Reagan, 90. William Henry Harrison, 17. He was 17 years old, I think. He's probably in his like late 50s when he died. People aged different back then. William McKinley, 61. Herbert Hoover, 73. James Madison, 73. Dwight Eisenhower, 77. He looked like he took good care of himself. Woodrow Wilson, 71. James Polk, 82. George Washington, 63. Richard Nixon, 80. Abraham Lincoln, 52. John F. Kennedy, 46. George H.W. Bush, 94. Thomas Jefferson, let me scroll a little here. Thomas Jefferson, 17. He died within like a day of John Adams. I'm going to say that he was the same age. Wrong. Adams stay winning. Da-da-da-da. I can't snap very well, by the way. William Taft, 58. Chester Arthur, 58. James Garfield, I'm going to go crazy. I'm going to say 58. Still beat the average. Just be close. What age did I... Dude, this person has a macabre predilection towards death. Meatloaf. But he was in his, like, late 60s. Frank Sinatra, he's probably like 80. Mozart, bro was like 31. Tupac. It's weird when someone dies when you're like a little kid, because in your head, you're like, they're old, but they might have only been like in their mid-20s. But when you're 4, you're like, that person's 70. So I'm going to say that you were like in my head, Tupac is like a monolithic figure. So he must be 60, but obviously he was not 60. He was probably like in his mid-20s. John Lennon he was probably like 19 in 1960. He was shot in 1980. I'm going to say he was 39. Prince. Purple Rain was probably in his 30s. That was like 1985. 1955, died 2014. Let's say he's 58. Amy Winehouse, she must have been like 29. Tom Petty, he's got to be in his 70s. Bill Withers, I couldn't tell you, honestly. Maybe Lovely Day came out in the early 70s. He would have been 35. He was born in 1938. I don't know when he died, though, so why am I doing the math? I could say he was 59. Louis Armstrong, 60. Selena, she must have been in her late 20s. Early 20s. Patsy Cline, 40. Aretha Franklin, she died like in the last 10 years. She must have been in her 80s. Robert Palmer, didn't even know he was dead, honestly. This is Addicted to Love. Addicted to Love, he would have been in his late 30s. That was like 1982 or something. 1984, let's say. Let's say he was 30 when that came out. When I don't know when he died, though, so how do I know? Let's say he would have been 34. He was born in 1950. I'm going to say he was 59. Okay. Ludwig von Beethoven. He's old in the only known photograph of him that exists, so he must have lived at least until his mid-60s. Jimi Hendrix, 26. Buddy Holly was like 22 or something. Otis Redding. I'm going to scroll first. Otis Redding would have been, I don't know. Again, I don't know when Otis Redding died. I'm going to assume it was the 80s. So I'm going to assume he was in his 40s. He was 26. Holy cow. David Bowie, he died in 2016. (2015, 2006, 2016). Say he was 68. Kurt Cobain, like 26, right? Okay. All right. We used our brain on that one. 65 versus 53. What age did I reach TV edition? This is a bummer, man. Something a little less macabre? You gonna put me on literature? I don't know. There's like 80 of them that are all about people dying. Whom did Tom Hanks play? Movies by 3 unnamed... What? A to Z title character. It's too easy. It's too simple. Click my movie spouse. With your permission. Hold on, I gotta sneeze. I felt it coming. Thank you. That was a big dad sneeze for sure. Can you look for when did they go bald? Can I find your spouse? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know who the hell you are. When did they go bald? It's not. I don't see it. There is no quiz that says when did they go bald. Unfortunately, what if I just type in bald? Bald and loving it. Bald singers. Bald people on TV. 9 fictional bald characters. Missing word. Alec Baldwin. Choose the bald-faced lie. Grade 8. Bald celebrities. Can you click on the bald heads and avoid the egg?